वर्णिवेशरमणीयदर्शनं मन्दहासरुचिराननाम्बुजं पूजितं सुरनरोत्तमैर्मुदा धर्मनन्दनमहं विचिन्तये। श्री घनश्याम महाराजनी जय। Supreme Almighty, our beloved Ghanshyamprakashdasji Maharaj, Pathmika to Liberation, Pujyapat Guruji, and all of you devotees, Jai Swaminarayan. Today we are going to read first Vachnamrit, Sarangpur 7, Naimiksharana Kshetra. Swaminarayan Hare, Swaminarayan Hare. On the night of Shravanvadi Ekadasi, 1877, 3rd September 1820, meaning 200 years ago, like 200 years and maybe 1 month and 1 day, Sriji Maharaj was sitting on a large decorated court on the veranda outside the north-facing rooms of Jiva Khacher's Darbar in Sarangpur. He was dressed entirely in white clothes. At the time, an assembly of munis as well as devotees from various places had gathered before him. In the assembly, Sriji Maharaj had requested the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavad Puran to be read. During the reading, the following statement was encountered. Wherever the jagged edges of the Manomaya Chakra are worn away, that place should be known as Naimiksharana Kshetra. Hearing this, Muktanand Swami inquired, Maharaj, what exactly is the Manomaya Chakra, and what should one understand its jagged edges to be? So once Sriji Maharaj was sitting in Jiva Khacher's Darbar in Sarangpur. The Jiva Khacher's Darbar is situated right now, like behind the Kashtbhanjan Dev's Mandir. There was a road, there was a street going there, and after 2 or 3 minutes walk, we'll reach there in the Darbar of Jiva Khacher. There on that Darbar, on that place, Sriji Maharaj himself was sitting, and in front of him there were like many devotees and many saints were seated in the assembly. So at that time, there was no mandir in Sarangpur. The mandir was constructed after Sriji Maharaj passed away to Akshardham, meaning when Gopalananda Swami was there in place of Maharaj, at that time Gopalananda Swami himself constructed this mandir and installed the murti of Kashtbhanjan Dev, Hanumanji. So this is what something about Sarangpur. Now, in this Vachnamrit, first of all, Sriji Maharaj requested the first canto of Srimad Bhagavad to be read. And this is what the nature of Sriji Maharaj. We can also get some information regarding Sriji Maharaj's nature, meaning Bhagwan's nature. Even though he was Bhagwan, and still he didn't need anything to like listen or read or doing katha or something, but still Bhagwan wanted to give us message. Bhagwan, as he was in the human form, so he also behaved exactly like that of a human. So he wanted to give us the message like, if I am your Bhagwan and still I am listening katha, so you must listen katha every day. So in this way, Bhagwan gives us message to listen katha every day. Moreover, during the reading, how was the santo, how was the listener's quality? That also gives us the description in this Vachnamrit, because the listener was also like very attentively listening the kathas. Not like us, we are just sitting in the sofa and we are just turning on the YouTube on our TV and we are watching the katha, and just while eating or while doing the other activities we are listening katha, but not that's the proper way to listen in katha. But Muktanand Swami here in the assembly, he was also listening Katha, but he has fully concentrated on the Katha. And that is why Muktanand Swami asked a question. Like when it is like narration of regarding the Naimisha Nakshatra came in Srimad Bhagavad Puran. So at the time, Muktanand Swami immediately asked, Maharaj, what exactly the Manomay Chakra is? Now it is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavad like wherever the jagged edges of the Manomay Chakra are worn away, that place should be known as Naimisha Nakshatra. So what is the Manomay Chakra and what should one understand its jagged edges to be? So two questions Muktanand Swami asked. First one, what is Manomay Chakra? And second one is what are its jagged edges? And the third question we have arise in our mind, that is what is Naimik Sharana Kshetra? Because those who are like English reading people, they knew about the Naimik Sharana Kshetra, but for the English readers, this word is like totally different. But actually, Naimik Sharana Kshetra is a place of pilgrimage in northern India, in UP right now. So there was a Puranic Katha, meaning the story behind the history of this place is like that. Like thousands and thousands of years ago, the rishis they were desiring to perform penance and perform austerities in the jungle, but they have many kind of disturbances. Like they have a fear of wild animals. They have also the noises from like wild animals and other animals in the jungle. So even moreover, their mind are also not remain stable and steady, or we can say like they cannot feel calmness or stillness in their heart, meaning they cannot feel any kind of peace within their heart. And that's why they pray to Bhagwan, please provide us a particular area so that we can perform our penance and austerities over there. And those area, what you provide us, it has a quality like automatically our mind remains stable and concentrated on your divine form, as well as our we will not have any kind of obstacles or hindrances in our penance and austerities like wild animals and other things. So please provide us such a place. And at the time, Bhagwan had thrown his Sudarshan Chakra. Bhagwan gave them instruction like follow this Sudarshan Chakra. At what place this Sudarshan Chakra stop, you should understand that place should be like Naimik Sharana Kshetra, and there you should perform austerities, perform penance, whatever you like to please me, should perform there. And you should know that place as also Chakra Tirth, because Sudarshan Chakra, it's a wheel, and that's why you should also understand it like Chakra Tirth. So this is what the history behind the Naimik Sharana Kshetra. But here in the Srimad Bhagavat, it is stated like wherever the jagged edges of the Manomay Chakra are worn away, that place should be known as Naimik Sharana Kshetra, not any particular place or a Chakra Tirth or something. And that's why Muktanand Swami asked Maharaj a question, what is Manomay Chakra and what should one understand its jagged edges? So thereupon Sriji Maharaj explained, one should understand the mind to be the Manomay Chakra and the 10 Indriyas to be its jagged edges. So now Muktanand Swami's question was answered in a single line. Maharaj says, one should understand the mind to be the Manomay Chakra. Manomay Chakra meaning our mind. What is mind? Mind is a thing we cannot see it. No one has seen one's mind, right? Not the others. But the mind is a particular, we cannot say it's like a thing or any particular place or something. But it is something within our body, like we can define it as the origin place or origin of the of our desires. If we want to drink water, then the order comes from the mind. The original meaning, the root of the desire created in the mind. So mind is the nothing but the creator of desire. So Manomaya Chakra meaning our mind. And second thing, the jagged edges, that is 10 indriyas. Without these indriyas meaning the our organs, like 10 organs by which we can feel, we can see, we can touch, we can listen, we can taste, we can speak, we can walk, we can do some work with our hands. In this way, there are 10 ways to perform activities as well as getting knowledge. So 5 Jnanindriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. So in this way, there are 10 indriyas, and this is the jagged edges of this Manomaya Chakra, meaning our mind. Because without these 10 indriyas, without these 10 organs, we cannot fulfill any of desires which is created in the mind. So these both things are connected with each other. Like our eyes is connected with our mind, our ears is also connected with the minds, our hands connected with the minds. In this way, everything connected with the minds. And that is why they follow our mind's instruction. Now, came behind Muktanand Swami's question. Muktanand Swami asked this question, why? Because he had listened from the Srimad Bhagavad, like wherever the jagged edges of the Manomaya Chakra worn away, that place should be known as Naiminksara Nakshatra. Now we understand what is Naiminksara Nakshatra, what is Manomaya Chakra, and what is jagged edges. Now, it is stated in the Srimad Bhagavad that wherever the jagged edges of the Manomaya Chakra are worn away, meaning become blunt, that place should be known as Naiminksara Nakshatra. So now we understand our mind is, the Manomaya Chakra is our mind, its jagged edges are nothing but our indriyas, like all of organs. And when the sharpness of our indriyas, the sharpness of our organs, become blunt, that place should be known as the Naiminksara Nakshatra. For the people who are reading on and who are only understanding English, these things are a little difficult to understand, but with the example we can understand it very easily. Later on, Sriji Maharaj says, pious deeds such as chanting the name of God, austerities, observances, meditation, puja, etc. commence their flourish rapidly day by day. So if we perform whatever to please Bhagwan, meaning whatever kind of religious activities like meditation, puja, observances meaning vrat, like Chandrayana or Dharanaparna, or whatever like fast or something, austerities, whatever, or chanting even Bhagwan's name. If we should perform that place, in that place, then those things flourish day by day rapidly. Furthermore, that Naiminksara Kshetra should be known to be wherever God's Ekantik Sant resides. That is the important sentence in this Vachanamrita. Because Maharaj gives us the address. Where is the Naiminksara Kshetra? We should not need to type in a Google map to find the place. Bhagwan gives us the address. Bhagwan shows us where is the Naiminksara Kshetra, meaning where is the pilgrimage place. Bhagwan says we should know, Bhagwan says Naiminksara Kshetra should be known to be wherever Bhagwan's Ekantik Sant resides. Ekantik Sant meaning Satpurus. Where is the Satpurus? We should keep it in our mind. That is the Naiminksara Kshetra. So that is the place of pilgrimage. This is the simple definition we can get from this Vachanamrita. Where is Ekantik Satpurus? That is the place of pilgrimage. And if we perform austerities, chanting Bhagwan's name, puja, meditation, observances, whatever we perform to please Bhagwan in the company of such ekantik Satpurus, then it will grow rapidly and day by day. So this is what the main point from this Vachanamrut Sriji Maharaj wanted to say us. So now we get the we got the point, like what is Naimik Sharana Kshetra, right? Where there is Ekantik Satpurus, there is the Naimik Sharana Kshetra, meaning that's the place of pilgrimage. So now, what we should do there? Now it is also said, like we should perform everything, meaning we should do satsang, we should perform austerities, we should observe the vrats and something, we should also do the meditation, we should perform puja and everything there. But in actual way, how we should know about the place of pilgrimage, meaning how we should check whether we are in the Naimik Sharan Kshetra or not. And that way is also mentioned earlier, like when the jagged edges of the 10 indriyas become blunt, that place should be known as Naimik Sharana Kshetra. So now let me check. First read some part of Vachanamrut. When the jagged edges of the Manomaya Chakra are worn away, no affection remains towards any of the Panch Visayas, that is sights, sounds, smells, taste and touch. Then even if one sees a beautiful woman or extremely enticing clothes, ornaments and other objects, a strong aversion develops towards them deep within one's mind. But never would the Indriyas Vrittis cling to them. If we cannot understand this, then Maharaj wanted to give us precise explanation with the example. For example, an extremely sharp arrow pierces and lodges into its target. Then it cannot be removed. However, if that same arrow with its tip removed so that only its shaft remains were to be shot at a mud wall, it would rebound and fall to the ground. It would not penetrate the wall like the sharp-tipped arrow. Similarly, when the jagged edges of the Manomaya Chakra, that is the Indriyas, are worn away, then no matter how alluring the Visayas may be, the Indriyas Vrittis would not be drawn towards them. Instead, they would rebound like the blunt arrow shaft. When one is able to behave in this manner, the jagged edges of the Manomaya Chakra can be said to have been worn away. This is what Sriji Maharaj gives precise explanation with the example. If we have an arrow with a sharp edge, sharp point, sharp tip, and if we throw it with the precise force and we want to pierce the wall, then the citrak wall easily pierces with the arrow. But now remove the sharp tip of the arrow and only shaft. Even if you throw it with the double force than the earlier, still it cannot pierce the wall. It just hit the wall and that's it. It like just put remain there on the ground. Nothing happened. The same way, if our intensity to fulfill our desire become blunt, meaning become remote, then or become lessened than the higher intensity, then we should understand like this is the place of pilgrimage, meaning this is the Naimik Sharana Kshetra. Take an example. At the time of Gunaditanand Swami, there was a person whose name was Valerovaru. He was living near Junagadh. There was some area, it is called as Nagar Pradesh, and there he was living. He had his brother by name of Siddhivaru. Siddhivaru was elder and Valero was younger. Now, in India, we know about that, the tradition, like whatever the property father possesses, then if there are two brothers, they make equal parts out of father's or family property, and equally they share the property. But Siddhivaru, the elder brother, he cheated. He didn't give anything to Valera, and he himself take all the part of the property of his family. Then Valero, even though he was young, but still he decided to take his share from his brother. But for that, he didn't take any legal way. Instead of that, he became a bandit, and he lived in the jungle, and he even gradually he gathered some party, and with a point of a gun they began they started to loot the people and even they kill the people, the innocent people who passed from the way of jungle. Even sometimes marriage parties were passing through the jungle, and Valero and his members, meaning his men, they were looted these people, these innocent people, and many times even they killed the innocent people, and they collected their ornaments, golden ornaments, and all their possessions. So in this way, they passes the days and months and years. Once Gunaditanand Swami and the other Santos, a group of Santo, they were passing through one place to another. But anyhow, they missed the way. And as they forget the way, so they entered this jungle, and particular this area where Valero was. So now Valero was the gang leader, so he was not performing all the deeds, but his men, they were performing all kind of deeds. So Valero's men, they got this group of saints, and they ordered them, please follow me. If you do not follow me, then I'll shoot all of you. So in this way, they all came where there was Valero Varu. So directly, because of this violence, meaning his Valero's reputation was so highly in this, meaning his reputation was in the people like very terrific, very fearful person. So in this way, no one dared to even look at him. No one dared to even talk to him. Everyone wanted to escape from his clutches, from his mans. But Gunaditanand Swami, when he found this is Valero Varu, he immediately got direct to him, and while putting his right hand on Valero's shoulder, he asked, Valera, you are Valero, right? Then Valero said, yes, I am Valero. Then Swami asked him, why you kill these innocent people? Why are you doing this bad job? Meaning, why are you looting the people? Why are you killing them? They have not hurt you. They have not even desired to hurt you. Even they wanted to give you everything. And why you still kill them? Then, first, Valero, this is the first time anyone has told him in this way. Valero looked at Gunaditanand Swami, and then tears rolled down from his eyes, and he fell down to his Swami's Charanarvind, and he asked for forgiveness. Swami, please forgive me for my bad deeds. Then Swami gave him some messages from Bhagwan Swaminarayan, like we are Bhagwan Swaminarayan Santo, and we are living in Junagadh Mandir, and everything about this, like And then Swami said, please stop this kind of things from today. Then Valero, while folding his hands, he was sitting near Swami's leg, and he was Swami's feet, and he was while folding his hands, he said, Swami, I have one problem. I have my brother, and he had taken away all of my share of property. So how I can live? I don't have any land to perform farming, or I don't have any other business or nothing else. I don't have even a house to live in. And that's why I'm living in this jungle and doing this job. Then Swami blessed him. Valera, don't worry about it. After 7 days, you will get back your share of land and everything from your brother. But stop to killing innocent people. Then Valero said, it's okay, Swami. From today, I'll not kill even any small insect. But I have one question. I don't know how to count 7 days. That was the situation, like illiteration of Valeros. So Swami asked for one small piece of rope, and Swami himself tied 7 knots and gave him. Take this. In every morning, when you see the sun in the sky, untied 1 knot. In this way, when all the 7 knots untied at that time, you will get your brother, you will get the message from your brother, and he'll give you your share of property back without any conflict. So in this way, after 7 days, Valero get back all of his reputation and his land and everything. And he had even stopped the bad habits and killing people and looting them. Everything he had stopped. But the main point is that Gunaditanand Swami, Ekantik Sadpurus, he is the place of pilgrimage. He is the Namiksha Nakshatra, and that's why all of Valero's bad habits immediately stop. Not days, not hours, immediately stop. How is this possible? Because when there is Satpurus, everything is possible. Now take another example. There was a devotee, because this Valera Varu, he was like, from the beginning, he was not a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan or any other Bhagwan or something. He was not believing in religion. And that's why he was performing such kind of killing and looting the people. But the another example of Abhay Singh of Lodhika. Abhay Singh, he was a prince of Lodhika and Ganod. There were 2 towns, and his father, Jibai, was the king. Jibai was a very staunch devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. And he was staunchly follow Siksapatri's rules and regulations. Even he was even repeatedly went to Santo for Sant Samagam, for listening kathas and everything. So he was very strong devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, but he had only one son, and that is Abhay Singh. While Abhay Singh was very young, meaning very little as a kid, he was very genuine. But when he grew up, then because of the company of the other villagers, other Kathi Darbars, he became like he interested in killing animals, eating meat, drinking alcohol. In this way, he had begun to this bad habit. So when Jibai, he knew about this, then he was become very pain, like he felt very pain in his heart, because he was a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. He even cannot think such things for his son, and his son was totally out of line. So what to do? Once Gopalan Swami was there on his traveling, to Ganot, then Jibai, he was requesting to Swami, Swami, I have one problem. Please give me some solution. Please do something for me. So in this way he requested and he narrated everything about Abhay Singh, like how he's like the whole day he was out of the house and he was killing animals and eating meat and not following any of command of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. And in this way he was not even listening my any of suggestion or advices. So what to do, I don't know. I don't understand how to tackle him. Then Gopalan Singh said, don't worry, Bhagat. Please, try to, you only try to tell him like, meet me, at least once. But Jibai's words, Abhay Singh didn't listen. He didn't care for his father. So once Gopalan Singh was there in another village near the Lodika and Ganot. Swami was in Mangni, and Abhay Singh, he was on his horse. He was on his horse in the jungle, and he was killing the animal. Once he found a different kind of deer, and he decided to kill him. But the deer was so speedy, and anyhow, it cannot pierce with the arrow, not shoot with the gun. So in this way, he followed the deer, and deer came when Gopalan Swami was there. So finally, Abhay Singh had to come to have darshan of Gopalan Swami, and he was also become very tired because he was for many hours he was trying to kill a single deer and he could not. That's why he came to Swami, and Swami directly asked him, Abhay Singh, how long you want to perform such kind of killing the animals and eating meat? With this single word, with this single question, Abhay Singh fell down to Swami's Charnarvind and he asked for forgiveness. Swami, now I have stopped the killing animals and eating meat. Now I am yours. Make me a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, and from today, from this moment, I wanted to become a devotee and I wanted to give up everything, my bad habits. Why this happened with a single sentence? Because Gopalan Swami is a Satpurus, and that's why it happened. Now later on, Abhay Singh, after Gopalan Swami returned to Akshardham, then Abhay Singh became a very staunch devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, and he staunchly followed each and every rules given by Bhagwan. Like not to drink alcohol, so that's it, nothing. So once he had to go there in the party given by Jam Sahib of Jamnagar. He was a great king of Jamnagar state, and these Lodika and Ganod were the like a county of that state. So now the king had given a party, and in the party, even the Jam Sahib, meaning the king himself, offered him a glass of alcohol, meaning wine. He refused. He denied to take. He gave him a sword. Please cut off my head first, and then you can pour the alcohol or wine inside. Otherwise, whenever I am alive, I cannot drink it with my mouth. So in this way, he became a very staunch devotee, and finally, because of Gunaditanand Swami's association, Abhay Singh became a staunch devotee, and he even performed 3 to 6 hours a day meditation. Nothing to do, just meditation, just sitting in a room. He had given instruction to his man, do not disturb me while I am in my puja room. While 3 to 6 hours, constant, performing meditation on the divine form of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. Why this happened? Because he was in the company of Satpurus. So now, after giving this example, Sriji Maharaj says, so one should seek liberation wherever one sees such an Amikshara Kshetra in the form of the association of the Sant, and one should remain there with an absolutely resolute mind. These last three words given by Sriji Maharaj, this is very, very, very important for us. Why? Because Sriji Maharaj said absolutely resolute mind. We should remain in the company of such Ekantik Satpurus. Why? Because in the company of Ekantik Satpurus, if we understand anything impossible, that become possible. And that's why we should remain in his company. If we feel in our heart, like I cannot stop watching movies, meaning I cannot, or I cannot stop eating outside food, which is meaning restaurant food, or if I cannot stop myself any of my bad habits, then such things become possible. We can stop whatever we desire, but for that we need association of the Ekantik Satpurus. Now check, we have get the such Ekantik Satpurus or not. Take an example. There was a devotee who was living in New York before maybe 15, 20 years ago. Maybe 20 years ago. There was a devotee who was living in New York. There, at that time, Pujya Guruji, he was traveling like maybe 4 months or 6 months. He came here in US from India and traveling in different states. At that time, there is no Loyadham, Mandir, nothing. No any organization here. Pujya Guruji stay in devotee's house. There he gathered the devotees in a house and doing Sabha over there. In this way, Pujya Guruji was performing Vicharan in US. At the time, the devotee, he also came to the Sabha, and he, the same thing, Jibai of Ganod, he was requesting Gopalanand Swami. The same thing, the same case happened to him. Meaning, he was a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan from the beginning, from India. Now, whenever he was with his family in India, all of the family member, meaning his son and everyone, was a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. But when they came here in US with the company of bad friends, his son, was also like he gradually changed the track, meaning do not follow any of Agnyas of Bhagwan, do not listen to his father's advices, and he was like do not eat any day. He didn't eat in a house. He ate outside with his friends. They have 35 or 30 or 35 a group of friends, and they are like every day after coming back from the job, they go outside, and they even used to go to clubs and pubs. Every day, their schedule. And late at night, like after midnight, maybe 1 or 2 a.m. Early in the morning, they return to their home. And after sleeping 2-3 hours, again, they have to go to their job. That is what their life. Now, this devotee, he also have deep pain because of his son's behavior. And so once he requested Pujya Guruji, please do something for my son. Then Pujya Guruji said, try to meet him, try to meet your son to me. And he said, yes, I have one chance. If you come to my home for Padramni, then he'll meet you. Then in this way, Pujya Guruji went to there for Padramnis, and he met his son. And Pujya Guruji at the time We have a 5 years completed tour organization in India, and that's why Puja Guruji was giving invitation to all of the devotees here in US. Please come to their celebration for 5 years, meaning Punjab Mahotsav. And so Puja Guruji also give the invitation to that devotee's son also. Please don't forget and come to India for this celebration. Anyhow, the son never obey his father's any of advices or like wishes, and he even agree with Puja Guruji. Okay, I will come. So in the December there is a little vacation, and for that person went to India. There, Puja Guruji he had one fear in his mind, like whenever I get any of Santo, then they have nothing to do. They just said, please stop please stop doing this, please stop doing this, and they also ask some donations. We have this project, we are constructing this Mandir, so please give donation. He has impression for Santo. But when he went to India, Puja Guruji didn't ask, not from him, but he had observed, not from any of devotees. Puja Guruji just said, listen Katha, do Bhagwan's bhajan, and that's it. Because everyone get human birth not for enjoying the sensual pleasure. Even eating, drinking, enjoying the other sensual pleasure, they are also happen in the other spaces of life. But only performing Bhagwan's bhajan is happen only with this human body. So don't waste it and engage some times for the devotion. In this way, while telling in this such kind of messages, Puja Guruji gave him one of his Katha CD. This devotee's son, he returned from there. He returned here in US. But nothing change happened to his life. Some days passed. He had given the CDs and whatever literature and books given by Puja Guruji to his father. He said, this is not of my work. This is for you. Listen this and read this. I do not want to listen or read anything. So his father, again disappointed. But he listened Katha while driving the car. His father, not the son. Son was very he has tattoos here, and he was even he has pierced his ears and 3 or 4 earrings in his ear, and very weird hairstyle. And in this way he was he was enjoying some pop music, nothing else in his car. But once his car anyhow could not start when he wanted to go to the job. So he asked for his father's car, and his father gave him a key of his car. Then this son, he was driving his father's car. His father was at his home, he was retired. Now he start the car, automatic the player was also start, and Katha was begun. Now he had no chance, he had to listen, and he has some curiosity. Let me listen what's inside. So he was listening Katha. While on the way, something happened to his mind while listening this Katha, maybe for some 15-20 minutes. He called his boss, I'm not coming to, I'm not feeling good, so I'm not coming to job. He take a U-turn and he coming back to home. Then he attentively listened the whole Katha, and when he returned, he had everything given up, his bad habits. He was crying to his father and mother, please forgive me. I had not listened any of your advices, and what I am doing, while I listen this Katha, then and then I can understand what kind of sins I have performed. So please give me forgiveness. And from that day, even he was doing the job to cutting the meat for the subways. So he had he had rejected his job. He had told his boss, I'm not coming from today. In this way, he had rejected the job and he had chosen the path, chosen the way of Bhagwan. While this happened, merely by listening Pujya Guruji's words, he had stopped everything, like going outside, and even he had begun to perform puja. And right now, he is a very, very staunch devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, and he is a Sanjeev Bhagat of Macon, Georgia. No one believe today when we see this Bhagat, we cannot believe like what was his previous life. And even more, we our own self feel in our heart like what was my life before I met Pujya Guruji or this Santo and this Satsang. How was my life? If we all think in this way, then we will get the answer. Now, this is the Satpurus. Otherwise, this is not happened to me. So in this way, now, we knew about the fact, like we have attained the Satpurus in the form of Pujya Guruji. And if we have attained the Satpurus in the form of Pujya Guruji, so we have attained the place of pilgrimage like that of Naimik Sharana Kshetra. And if we have attained this, then we have attained everything. Meaning, we have attained Satpurus, so impossible things become possible. Now, the main point Sriji Maharaj says in this Vachanamrita is that we should remain there with an absolutely resolute mind. This is very important. Valeravaru did not remain in satsang later on. When he get back his share of land and property, he was not in satsang, because in satsang there is nothing, no other like stories or histories what happened later to Valera, nothing written anywhere, any of book. On the other hand, abasing stories written in most of the scriptures in our satsang. Like he became a devotee, he performed 3 to 6 hours a day meditation. This was his high level of devotion in satsang. Why? Because he remained in association of Gunaditanand Swami. After Gopanand Swami's touch, he remained in the company of Gunaditanand Swami. And that's why he became and remained a devotee of Bhagwan Swami, and gradually his devotion increased. First, he began with the Mansi Puja or 1 hour meditation. Then, gradually, he increased his level of devotion, and finally, he reached up to that level. Why? Because he remained in the company of Satpurus. Now, if we remain in the company of Satpurus, then we'll also attain the same kind of higher altitude in the satsang. So if we want to become a very staunch devotee or very staunch sant of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, we want to please Bhagwan really, then we should remain with an absolutely resolute mind in the satsang. Satsang meaning the association of Ekantik Satpurus. In this way, Sriji Maharaj given these 2 messages from this Vachanamrita. First one is Sant Samagam is most necessary thing to get the Rajip of everyone, meaning change our life. And second one, we should remain in the association of Satpurus with an absolutely resolute mind. Thus the ends Vachanamrita 7 of Sarangpur. Now there is Swami Nivat. Swaminarayan Hare, Swaminarayan Hare. Swami says, in Vartal, 4 Patels told Maharaj, Hey Maharaj, when we look at your holy feet, you appear to be Purushottam, and when we look at your body, you appear to be human. Then Sriji Maharaj said, whereat Brahma pray at these holy feet for a period of his 50 years, and 4.5 hours, and then these holy feet have come on this earth. So understand what you can from this. So in this, what? First, with this incident of the Patels, they came to Maharaj and they requested Maharaj, please give us the clarification. Because when we saw your feet, then while seeing your feet, we understand you are Purushottam, meaning you are Bhagwan. But when we look at your charitras or look at your behavior, then we are feeling like you are human like us. So what should we do? Then Maharaj said, whatever you want to understand, you can understand, but I am coming on this earth only after Virat Brahma prayed for half of his life. 50 years meaning he living his 100 years. And 50 years he prayed to Maharaj. Meaning half of his life Virat Brahma prayed to Bhagwan. Then Bhagwan come to this earth. So in this way, Bhagwan Swaminarayan himself gave his identity as a Supreme Lord and his rarity to attain this Bhagwan. Then someone asked, we have seen spiritual assemblies in many places, but how do we understand the fact that here in this assembly, all the attendees are looking at you with complete concentration? Sriji Maharaj said, I have incarnated as the sun in the form of a Sadguru, and all these lotus in the form of devotees and saints have blossomed, and they are looking at me. Then, after practicing satsang, they went to their own homes. These are the qualities of a spiritual aspirant. Meaning, at the time of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, when Bhagwan Swaminarayan was sitting in the Sabha, all the devotees and saints, they are looking directly towards Bhagwan. Even something passing nearby, never devotees or santo distracted their vision or their mind. They always focus with the full concentration only and only on the form of Bhagwan. So while sitting in an assembly, while looking, meaning while doing darshan of Bhagwan or Bhagwan's Ekantik Sant, we should also doing the same thing. Meaning fully concentrated and only looking on Maharaj and Sadguru. That's it. This is what Maharaj Gunadhanand Swami wanted to say through this talk. In this way, this is the 46th Vat from second Prakran, second chapter. In this way, today's Yuva Sabha is going to done. But before that, we should also read the Charitra of Rajbai of Vakya. Puja Guruji are also doing Katha on this, meaning Rajbai of Vakya, many years ago, and we can find that from Nariratna or something, Puja Guruji's Katha's title. So we should listen that Katha as well as we should read this Charitra, and we should get some message or we should learn something from the life of Rajbai. We should pray to Bhagwan also, like we have attained the Satpurus. This is the gift of Bhagwan to us. So we should pray to Bhagwan and Puja Guruji, our Satpurus, our Sadguru, like please give us such a intellect, give such a buddhi, such as satsang buddhi, so that we can remain with absolutely firm resolve under your refuge, meaning under your satsang, and while becoming dasanudas, meaning become very humble, perform whatever you told us to do. So while praying this to Maharaj and Puja Guruji, we should conclude this Sabha. Ghanshyamprakashdasji jai, Sripatim Sridharam Sarvadeveshwaram Bhaktidharmatmajam Vasudevam Harim Madhavam Keshavam Kamadam Karanam Swaminarayanam Neelakantham Bhaje Ghanshyamprakashdasji jai.